All right, 5:15, we're back with live continuing coverage. Our storm tracker out on the roads around Beaumont. You can see right now we're getting a break after a pretty good rain shower that moved through in the last 30 minutes. This is the East Tex access road right there along Interstate 10 approaching Calder, I believe, at this point. No real problems there, and that is good news. But we're not completely out of the woods. I want to bring back in Chief Meteorologist Patrick Vaughn in the Storm Tracker Center tonight. What's left of Beta could still produce some soaking rain, right?
Yeah, right. And, you know, there's a little bit of uncertainty as far as where those feeder bands set up. We can't tell you where they're going to set up. If we could pretty much nail the rainfall forecast as far as that goes. But it is anybody's guess where that's going to happen. So that's why there is kind of a broad consensus or broad forecast between 2 to 7 inches, maybe some 8 to 10 inch rainfall totals. Because of the uncertainty exactly where those feeder bands will set up. But right now, looking at 80 degrees, we've only had, what, a tenth of an inch in downtown Beaumont, according to that rain gauge, courtesy of Packard-LaPrade. And the storm is moving up the coastline. It's getting, let me do it this way. It is getting, let's see if I can do it. It's getting kicked off towards the north and east because of an upper level disturbance that's coming down out of northwest Texas, and that's ejecting it on off towards the north and east. But again, we're going to be watching these feeder bands. The news that we're looking at is that these feeder bands, it's not stalled. So these feeder bands are going to move. So that is the very good news. Don't want to downplay it because we're still expecting the potential for locally heavy rainfall. But things are looking okay at this point right now. Some light to moderate rainfall moving through portions of Hardin County, back over in towards Kirbyville and South Jefferson County. Obviously the heaviest rainfall over towards Houston. They have a lot more concrete than we do. I think we can soak up 7, 8, maybe 10 inches of rainfall over the next, say, 12 to 18 hours. Heaviest activity, Silsbee, Evadale, back over towards the split there at Lumberton, and more rain coming into Beaumont here in the next few minutes. As far as rainfall rates, notice this is what we're going to be watching tonight. Will those rainfall rates go up? That's 3 inches per hour, but it's very isolated, as you can see. Not every cell producing that heavy rainfall. Rainfall amounts so far over Jefferson County between 1 to almost 3 inches over the past 12 hours. And obviously, the heaviest rainfall back over towards Houston, where that training event set up. So Futurecast going to show things picking up, coming up later on tonight and overnight into the wee hours of the morning. But we do expect, as this passes our area, coming up late tomorrow morning, early afternoon, things will dramatically improve as this gets ejected off to the north and east. It's going to pick up speed coming up overnight and tomorrow. So we don't expect this to sit on top of us and stall off to the southwest. As you can see, look at that. Not a lot of enhancement on infrared satellite. The clouds are warm, so that's telling us there's convection is not strengthening right now. So we'll be watching this. Late night, early morning is when we're going to be watching for that normal pattern where we see the enhancement of thunderstorm activity in a tropical weather event. That's when these cells and when these feeder bands will fire up. If they're going to do it, they're going to do it tonight, late, and into the wee hours of the morning. But right now, nothing indicated. Futurecast, or I should say the forecast shows Beta picking up speed later tonight, and by 1 p.m. right over southeast Texas. As you saw on radar, once it passes your area, the back edge of the rain is going to be moving very quickly during the afternoon out of southeast Texas. May see some breezy weather conditions coming up tomorrow as the center moves over. Otherwise, a flash flood watch is in effect for our area, and it looks like a moderate risk of flash flooding from the split there in Lumberton down to the coastline. No surprises there. 5 to 7 inches for some of us, lesser amounts for most of us. Severe weather possibility because of isolated tornadoes along the coastline late tonight, I should say Wednesday morning, apologize for that. 2 to 7 inches for a good part of the area. Some isolated 8 to 10 inches are possible, and some breezy weather conditions expected. Choppy seas expected on the Gulf tomorrow around 2 to 4 feet. We'll see easterly winds at 10 to 15 knots. Our forecast tonight, periods of heavy rainfall possible, breezy with lows in the low to mid 70s. Tomorrow, certainly the first half of the day, some locally heavy rainfall, 90% coverage, and highs in the upper 70s to mid 90s. After tomorrow afternoon late, nada. Right on through the end of the week as temperatures rise Humidity levels stay high. The weekend looking good. Late Tuesday may see a cold front move into the area.
You know, I know you're going to be monitoring this over the next really 12 hours. I mean, this is what you're thinking as far as the timing goes on when the biggest threat exists, right?
Yeah, I think usually in tropical events, if you look at the last situations we've had, it's always late night, early morning, say 11 to about 4 in the morning. That's when we'll see probably, if it's going to do it, the potential for the heaviest rainfall.
Let's hope it doesn't. Thank you, sir.